Hello everybody, welcome back to Jen's Merrimack Valley home. So glad to see you all on this Friday afternoon. And today, since it's hot outside, we're going to be making not something that's so much cooler, but we're going to be staying in and we're going to cook some crock pot spaghetti and meatballs. We have a funeral tomorrow at our church for a very, very dear friend that passed away recently, and so we're holding a memorial for her and having lunch with the family afterwards. So basically, we're making this for the lunch afterwards for tomorrow. But we're also going to be making another recipe, and I'll let you know what that is here shortly. But first of all, we're going to get started on our crock pot spaghetti and meatballs. So let's take it away. All right, so we are ready to cook here. Let me go over the ingredients with you all. So first of all, I've got my crock pot here. This is my oldest crock pot, and it is ready to go here. And let me see what else we've got here. We've got my homemade canned tomato sauce in these 3 jars. I have 2 cups of water, which we're going to have to use 4 cups total. So this holds 2 cups. We'll be getting 2 more cups of water in here. We also have some olive oil. We have some garlic powder, Italian seasoning, some basil. I've got my little teaspoon here and my Parmigiano and Romano cheese, as well as a 16-ounce box of spaghetti. All right then, so let's get these ingredients going. Okay, so first of all, in this oval slow cooker, we're going to pour in half of the jarred spaghetti sauce. So we're going to take one of these jars and we're just going to put it all in there, just like that. And then I'm going to take this little one, which had more tomato chunks in it. I just used my conversion mixer to quickly whip this into a thicker spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to use half of that as well. Okay, that should be enough. Let me put this out of the way. All right then, and stay with me now. We need our 20-ounce bag of frozen meatballs, which I don't have out of the freezer yet. But I just buy this kind. Doesn't matter which kind you buy, as long as they're Italian style meatballs. All right, so let's just cut these open. Now we're going to take these and we're going to pour them all into the crock pot. We're just going to kind of make sure they're all scattered around in there. Put this over behind me here. And then we're going to use 4 cups of water. So here's where our water comes in. We're going to put this directly in. And I'm going to go get 2 more cups. It's going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be a great pot of spaghetti. I made it a couple of times before when we had some dinners going on at church, and everybody loved it. In fact, it come home empty. So it was pretty good, I must say. And that's not me just saying it. It's a lot of people were saying that. So we're going to take 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Get our teaspoon here. And we're just going to sprinkle that all over the top. Ooh, I love the smell of Italian seasoning. Takes me back to my childhood. All right, and we're going to, now in this recipe though, you can use 2 cloves of minced garlic if you would like to. Just for timing reasons, I'm going to use some garlic powder. We're just going to sprinkle that all over. You know, might be a little bit much, but we like garlic, so that's what we're going with. And then a teaspoon of dried basil, which we're going to do that. And we're going to sprinkle that all over the top of it as well. Okay. Now we're going to add our 16-ounce box of spaghetti. And I may not totally use that all. I would like to, but let's see here. So we're just going to fan this out inside a crock pot. I am going to use the whole thing. Get all down in there. Make sure it's pushed down in there. Kind of fanned out a little bit. And we're going to put that back here. And then now we've got this in here. So, and then now we don't want them to cook in a big blob or anything like that. So we're going to add the rest of our spaghetti sauce, which is going to be kind of like a softener for the spaghetti or for the pasta. And we're putting it all in. And we're even going to try to push this down a little bit. It's not going to go down all the way, but we can certainly try to work it down there as best we can. And even once it starts cooking somewhat, you can go in and stir it up a little bit. But for right now, we're just going to leave that as is. Okay. Set our jars over here. Now we're just going to add about 2 or 3 maybe teaspoons of olive oil. We're just going to kind of pour that all over the place. And what this will do is kind of help keep the spaghetti separated somewhat from each other. Okay. So let's just make sure we get this all good and soaked in. I can already feel that I'm kind of breaking it up some too, but I can already feel it's going down into the water and it's softening up. Okay. Smells very, very good. So really, we have our whole meal in a pot ready to be hooked up and start cooking. we're gonna cook this for about, 2.5 hours. About 2 hours and 15 minutes, let's put it that way. And we're going to cook it on low. So let's just go ahead and do that. Winnie, are you trying to get over here and see what I'm doing? That's my cat, Winnie. She's trying to cook with me. Or out of curiosity. So I'm just gonna take this over here and I'm gonna put it on to cook, and then we're gonna be right back. So, hey, we are back with our second dish of the day, and this is going to be our cheesy potatoes. And this is not going to my church tomorrow, but this is actually going to be part of our dinner tonight. So, if you'll stick with me, we will be making some cheesy potatoes. I've got all the ingredients, and I think that you're going to like this because it's going to be a really easy recipe, just like the crock pot spaghetti. So stay with me, we'll be right back. All right, so I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and we've got all of our ingredients here ready to make our cheesy potatoes. All right, so first up is you're going to heat your oven to 350 degrees, and then we're going to take our 1 can of condensed cream of chicken soup, and we're going to put it right into the pan. This is just a 1 pan deal. I forgot to spray my pan, but that's okay. It happens. All right. And we're going to do 1.5 cups of sour cream. Let's get us a big old scoop. Now, sour cream is going to make this delicious. So it don't have to be full because I've got my fill line down here in this cup. So we're just going to scoop it in there like that. Super easy, super quick. I'm going to get another 1/2 cup. And we're going to put it in with this. Okay, that's about a 1/2 cup. So we're just going to do that. All right, let me get rid of these. Okay, we're going to add our potatoes next. So these are all going to go in. Just going to be one big thing of shredded hash browns. You can use whatever brand you like. I happen to have Great Value here. You can use Ore-Ida or any other brands that you have in your stores. Set this behind me. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of mix this up. Just going to start working it in. Doesn't that look yummy? I think it looks yummy already. I bet you a lot of you have already made a version of this, or maybe you make it just like this, I don't know, but this is the way I like to make it. It's fast and quick and easy. Get it all together here. Start to come together. All right. So I think that these are all good, all mixed up, and they're in the pan. Move that out of the way. Now, what's wrong, Winnie? Oh, sorry about that. She loves to get up on her little cat tree and lay up there and look out the window. Okay, so now we got all of our cracker crumbs in here. And let's get, actually I could probably just use this spoon. And I've melted the 2 tablespoons of butter, which I'm going to be very careful with because it's kind of hot. Oops, all right, there we go. And we're just going to mix these together. Super quick, super easy. You know, this is about a sleeve of saltines. I just put them in a plastic bag and rolled them out with my roller. And now we're just going to sprinkle these all over the top. Just like this. It's already looking delicious, I think. And I love some good buttered crumbs on top of these potatoes. Just keep putting them on there until we get it all over it. Spread them out there. Okay, that is done, and this is ready to go into the 350-degree oven, and we're going to bake that for let's see here, about 45 to 50 minutes, and then we'll be back to taste it, which is the best part. All right, we'll see you right back here. So both of the dishes are done. This baked, the pasta, crock-pot pasta, baked for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. And this, the cheesy potatoes, for about 50 minutes in the oven. So, but both turned out really good. The one good thing about this pasta in the crock pot, it may look a little on the thinner side, the sauce will, but when you add your cheese to it, your grated Parmesan or your Pecorino Romano, whichever cheese you choose, it thickens up as it stands for a little bit. So, and we're going to taste these dishes and see how it all went. So now we're going to do the tasting, and we're going to start with the pasta first. Gotta get a piece of meatball and some of this pasta. It did not clump up. It's getting some on my fork. It just doesn't want to roll on here. Okay. Well, that is really good. It's got the little bit of the tartness from the tomatoes, and with the seasonings, the oregano, the Italian seasoning really brings out that Italian flavor along with the cheese. Now we're going to taste the cheesy potatoes. Get some cheese in there and some of that cracker crust. Here we go. Still chilly. That is really good. It was so easy. Everything in just one pan, all the ingredients. The crock pot pasta, easy enough. Put your sauce in, your meatballs, your pasta, 4 cups of water, your seasonings, and let it cook on low for 2 hours and about 15 minutes. So there you have it for today. I now have my 2 dishes accomplished that I needed to get done today, and I'm thankful for you guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe. That's what gets the videos out there and helps me out a lot. So have a great evening, and we'll see you back real soon.